And so the fact that we've got a perfect habitat, we've got friendly release site neighbors, and the folks here at Westover and the other plantations up and down the river here, very eagle-friendly folks, and we really have an ideal situation. But one of the most important factors is that the concentration of bald eagles here is one of the largest in the eastern United States, and particularly this time of the year, we'll find an awful lot of immature birds. A lot of the adult birds are already starting to move south, so what will typically happen is the babies will be in the nest for about 90 days roughly, then they will fledge, and for another 3 months they'll hang out with their parents, being fed by their parents, learning from their parents. Then the parents take off for Florida and tell the kid to get a job. So those birds, typically, by the time their parents leave to fly south, will already have learned quite a lot. This bird has been in captivity most of its life. That's a vulture going there, by the way. The fact that we bring them here is so that there are other eagles from which they can learn, and quite honestly, other eagles from whom they can steal fish if they get hungry enough. And a highly motivated eagle will get a fish away from you, I can guarantee it. So, in any case, what we're going to do, before we bring the bird out, any questions about the Wildlife Center or this bird or what's going to happen? Okay, we'll take that as a resounding tone of indifference or... Yeah, Dad. Oh, calendars! Oh, yeah. Wave that thing up in the air again. One of the wonderful things that our newfound family of close friends from Nesty and the group have done...
Yeah, now we're a family!
Let me stop and interrupt myself. Yeah. When you see this vulture flying, one of the ways you can tell the difference between a vulture and an eagle, eagle's wings are flat, vulture's wings are slightly in a V or dihedral, and when vultures fly, they wobble. And that's not a vulture. That's an eagle. Flat wings, and he's carrying food. So there's another one right over here, and right behind the tree, coming along. See how flat the wings are when he sails. And that's an adult bird. See, it's perfectly flat. Only tip up on the wingtips. That's a mature bird there. Yeah. So, good natural history lesson. All right. Well, let me.
There's other wildlife around. What happens? Has this mixed with other eagles? Does it know what eagles do?
Actually, yes, he does, and let me deal with that in just a second when we're ready to turn him loose, because I will. That's a very good question. What's going to happen when we turn him loose? We've had some interesting experiences here turning the bird loose here, and there were birds sitting in the tree the whole time just watching us. We didn't see. The first thing that happens is the bird comes out of the tree and kicks the butt of the eagle we have just released. So we call that lesson 101. But the calendars that are over there are truly our new family of friends that are enthusiasts of the Norfolk Botanical Garden nest. And some world-class photographers have collaborated to put together a calendar called the Garden of Eagles, and that is full of just incredible pictures of the eagles, the nest, the process of nesting, some of the scientists and folks that have worked on that nest, and lots of good information in there. And the proceeds from it benefit the Wildlife Center of Virginia and the eagle work that we do. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wondered whether you feel really happy that this eagle is going to be able to hunt successfully for itself when it's
we are very optimistic that this bird is going to do it. He's got all the skills he needs and all the physical stuff. But once he leaves my hands, as long as he doesn't land on somebody, in which case our insurance guy starts to twig. As long as he goes away, we can't guarantee this bird is going to have a happy, long life. He may go away and some other eagle knocks him down and kills him. But it has every chance to survive as a normal eagle would. And are we happy about it? You bet. I get paid to do this. I can't believe it. But it really is. It's great. We've had 33 bald eagles brought in as patients so far in 2009. Our previous annual record was 36 birds 2 years ago in 2007. So we're clearly going to break the record. And that's a good news, bad news thing. I mean, the fact that we're getting a lot more eagles is evidence that there are a lot more eagles in Virginia. And we were just talking a few minutes ago that in the coastal plain, from the fall line about here, the Richmond, Fredericksburg area east, there are over 600 nests that have been identified where banding has gone on, being monitored, and we believe that there are well over 100 upstream. And a lot of the work that's gone on indicates that new nesting territories are being established in what we believe are non-traditional habitat. I mean, where we now have dams, there are artificial bodies of water that make habitat. But one of the things, the bad news part of it, is that we're also getting a lot of eagle-on-eagle violence, where it indicates that they're fighting over nesting territories. We get a lot of adult birds coming in December, January, with puncture wounds that indicate they've been in a fight with somebody else. Yeah, we got eagles flying all over. There goes another one right out through here. So I mean, this is evidence of why we are bringing the bird here. Yeah, Senator.
Well, do you track these that you let?
Well, when we bring the bird out, we'll walk around and show you. This bird is banded. In fact, that's what these folks were doing when they found it. It has two types of bands. One is a band issued by the Bird Banding Laboratory, which is an agency of the U.S. Geological Survey. And he has two bands. The U.S. Geological Survey band with a number that is recorded by the Bird Banding Laboratory. And then there's a dark purple band that is a research band that has 2 digits on it. And I'm not sure what the ones are on this bird. Are they letters or numbers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so these birds carry 2 bands because the purple band is an indicator that it has been in captivity, has been banded, but we can see that band, large numbers, large letters from a distance. The color is unique to Virginia, and the double digits, by the time we add numbers and letters, gives us an incredible number of options, but you can see it with a spotting scope or binocular. So if this bird were to sit in the tree up there, you'd never read the numbers on the shiny aluminum band, but the numbers on the purple band can be read with a good pair of binoculars or a spotting scope, which is why. So do we track them? Not really, but we do have ways to identify them if they're ever found again and to keep an eye out for them. Okay, yeah, Betty?
Of the 33 eagles that have come to you, how many have you been able to release?
So far, I think this is the 10th or 11th eagle we've released this year. And we've still got a bunch of them in-house. Unfortunately, the early part of the year, I think of the first 8 or 9 birds that came in, we had to euthanize about 90% of them on intake. They're just so badly beaten up. And in the wintertime, they can't be down for very long. It really taxes them badly. Okay, well, yeah.
Is this a sign of overpopulation, do you think?
No, I wouldn't say overpopulation. No, what it's a sign of is that we have limited habitat, and they're competing for existing habitat before they have to go through the process of adapting to new types of habitat. We've got evidence that bald eagles will adjust to a higher human population density, but not quickly. And as long as there are prime areas to nest, they're going to want those first. And only the birds that sort of get pushed out, or who then become second, third, fourth generation in the more remote habitats like we've got out in the western part of the state, those birds are likely to come back there. So once those habitats are established, I think we can expect that some more and more of those birds will start showing up in places where 100 years ago you'd have never seen one. But one of the big messages in this is when your habitat is full, if you fail to protect the habitat and it shrinks, your population is going to shrink as well. And we've spent millions and millions and millions of dollars and many, many years of effort and lots of legislative initiatives through the Endangered Species Act, Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act, to pull our national symbol back from the brink of extinction. And we've succeeded. We have succeeded. But if we don't now care for it, we'll be right back where we started.